ordered the driver to get out. Then seconds later, we're told they heard gunshots that was also captured on surveillance video. Listen to this. Blocked off in Biddeford, Maine. We want to pull that video up after the ICE-involved shooting earlier this morning. The FBI and Maine State Police are working the case right now. The feds have not yet said who was killed, so we're trying to figure that out. Basically, for people watching wondering what's going on, there's more unanswered questions than we know, and we don't know what led up to the shooting. But hundreds of protesters, this to me...
Let's see what it says.
I think it's
ICE
just short stuff.
ICE not welcome here. Interesting. Who's going to enforce the ICE ban? And do they have borders now? Do we have borders just from not enforcing law?
No, that was just
Why
like
did they blow out so many of these signs?
It was just a relaxing kind of a sign.
U.S. needs something.
They are gathering now near the seat.
No. This is the government, the policies the founders warned us about. I hate the whole comparison between pioneers, the immigrants that came to America and turned literal dust into civilization, fought off the Indians, went across the Oregon Trail, versus the newcomers that say, I want pocket money, I want free accommodations in the Roosevelt Hotel, EBT cards. I'm not going to learn the language. I'm not going to learn the language that is here, but I am just going to demand that I get all these free accommodations. Not the same thing. You don't know what you're talking about.
Of the shooting or
No ICE, no war. Okay, so they got all their leftist talking points put together.
holding signs and they're demanding answers, including this woman. Gathering now near the scene of the shooting. They're holding signs and they're demanding answers, including the...
Oh, this was just profanity. Get the F out. Okay.
This woman.
Murderers, justice. What?
I'm disgusted. This is horrible. I mean, the citizens of this country are literally being gunned down in the street.
I think the Colombian guy, if I'm not mistaken, had work privileges here. They gave him the right to work here. For the simple fact that you can't run your vehicle into an ICE agent. This is the mentality they have now.
For doing nothing.
But doing nothing, again, they know nothing about the case. Too early on. Maybe I'm mistaken, maybe she's mistaken, but it's already taken a hardline stance as to it's a tragedy the person passed away. It might end up being a tragedy they passed away, but should you find out they're the pretty guy, or they're the good girl, if they took direct action that caused their untimely demise, will she come back around and say, you know what, I support ICE now? Or would you say, you know what, I don't care about the actual truth of the matter, I still have already made my decision.
For the color of their skin.
again, just because you can't tell us apart the law-abiding brown people and the people actually attacking ICE officers doesn't mean that we have to treat them the same. I can identify there's a bunch of Koreans that look a lot like me that are defrauding the American people in New York City. I think they're horrendous people, but you probably can't tell the difference between me and the fraudsters over there, not because...
Someone in class just said they thought he was Hawaiian.
For the color of their skin.
You decided that, yeah.
And ICE operations have been on.
See, it was not really, it's an honest mistake.
Without, with some of those ICE agent standards.
It's like the fifth person to say that.
Fresh catch, rather. They were looking for
I remember that.
No, just over the years with the different ones, it seems like Hawaiian and Korea get mixed up quite often.
Scrambling to replace Graham Plattner in the upcoming Senate race. Many Maine voters had told me when I was out there, Sandra, that they're anti-ICE and saying immigration enforcement is their top issue in the race. Just the other day when Plattner dropped out, his last words were F-ICE. So it's something that we'll continue to watch.
Yeah, exactly. He's such a grim resilient.
He has a pencil bat, not a lay.
Mimic their personality, and many reasons he had to drop out. But just that maybe he wasn't the greatest candidate. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and echo what he was running for, because that's the important thing.
All right, Alexis McAdams on that for us. Thank you very much.
Tells us a little bit more about the story. But if you type in DHS Maine incident, DHS says a officer was quite fearing for public safety. In Maine, familiar story unfolds. Immigration officers fatally shoot driver. Maine shooting adds to growing immigration enforcement death toll. They're really trying to paint this thing like BLM, where it's like Axios shows you Renee Cook, Pretty, Sebastian, I think he's the Colombian guy over there, Robin Ray over in Texas. Do they have, does Axios ever put out a map of all the Americans either ended or are by illegals. You do have that toll. You have all the women that were trapped in New York City that now that sell themselves for SX from the cartels. Do you have that map? Or do you just care about the times that a guy brings a gun to a protest and fights the cops? You have I don't want to say career agitator, but someone who was there appearing to be doing this recreationally, dancing around, blocking ICE agents, and then driving into an ICE agent, causing, I believe, it was internal bleeding, and then unfortunately getting ended herself. Do you have any context for this? Or is this just a way to pretty much run the Google algorithm to say, as soon as you type in DHS main incident, you just get, hey, there's a growing immigration enforcement death toll. So when you have idiots on the television proudly saying, it was just because of the color of their skin, you know nothing about this other than, I was told this was bad. Here they say, DHS, they shot the man in Maine fearing for public safety. It's a little bit better of a start saying, hey, the Colombian citizen who was authorized to work in the U.S. and had a social security number apparently didn't stop, drove their car. The ICE agent made the decision to end him. I just opened fire on him. Still think it's a tragedy, but maybe if you were illegally allowed to work here and weren't fearing that you were going to be deported, and they get this constant left-wing narrative saying, hey, they're ending you for the color of your skin, maybe you'd be alive today. The same exact fucking thing happened over in, Camarillo, California, maybe like 40 minutes away from Los Angeles. At the pot farm that you had all the kids there working, were they being trafficked in? We still don't know that. But the guy that was running from the raid was a U.S. citizen, or at least had the privilege to work here. He wasn't illegal. Climbed up a fence to try to evade the ICE agents. Not a fence. A ladder fell to his untimely demise. Tragedy. He would still be alive if leftist activist lumens weren't telling them, oh my God, they're out there to get you. He was authorized to work here. That guy was legal here. They don't care how many times they get somebody to be ended. I forgot what Tim Pool was saying. They just want martyrs. Actually, it was Asmonpol. They just want martyrs. And again, you got this guy over here at the main incident saying, no, it was his fault.
As I was approaching, you could see flashing blue lights. And then as I got closer, they were unmarked. So I assumed they were ICE. And then you could see them with their green vests and stuff. And it said police, ICE. And so as I actually was going through the intersection, I heard yelling. So I know I'm supposed to be paying attention, but I heard yelling off to my. So I looked, and I was watching, and the ICE agent was yelling and drew his weapon, and he kept yelling and warning the person driving, which is when the car was put into drive and was trying to hit the ICE officer.
This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. Get 0.9% APR, plus current eligible non-GM owners get up to $2,250 purchase allowance on Encore GM.
I'm Mike. Acting's what I did for you. You gotta speak to myself.
You need to show everyone who you are.
I like this girl, Sylvester.
Sylvester?
That's right, his real name.
It's got a nice ring to it. Sylvester Stallone.
Seems like an open and shut case to me, right? Like, you got this eyewitness. Again, eyewitness testimony can be kind of mistaken. What you mean to say, you type in main ICE agent, and all you get is his ex-wife was supposed to lie to him. It was a new ICE recruit. If you type in ICE agent Maine, wife a man shot made a public statement. I should not give up traffic stops. So Trump says that, shootings in Biddleford, Maine, and Houston spoke outcry.
They understand how if people like that say they have a violent history or have a tendency. Right, so that just goes to show you how much that they know those things and are aware of it, you know. And for people to understand that, yeah, that does.
Maybe they contributed to themselves, just like Freddie, just like Gould,
Right.
just like the constant other people that have sat and say, listen to left-wing propaganda and have their lives cut short. How come you have to go through all this to find what's likely the truth?
He fired, I would say, probably 4 shots at him.
Thanks for the subscription.
And then
Rex.
by that time, I was also through, the intersection, so I just heard the popping. But I did see him draw his gun on the windshield. And then so then the car, you can see the car rolling down the street afterwards.
It's gone. That's unfortunate. Like, again, I just want them to comply. Well, actually, that guy was allowed to be here. If he didn't think that they were out to get him because of the color of his skin, he would have said, no, here's my work authorization, here it is. Thank you, officer. Then go about your day. I saw over on Reddit somebody said, what's the big deal? He's a brown guy who was pulled over by ICE. He showed him their ID. He said, okay, sorry, we're looking for somebody that has a description of your vehicle. Have a nice day. He said, on Reddit, what's the big deal about these ICE enforcement? I gave him my identification, and they let me go about my day. And that thread got deleted. They literally want more martyrs. It's sad. Because Massachusetts Governor Healy says ICE deporting illegal immigrants should outrage every American. Again, who the fuck represents?
3 people are dead this week because of ICE.
And a lot of people have interaction with police officers. A lot of people have interaction with ICE officers. Most of them don't die because they can lie and they're not doing something illegal.
Our president's response, he called that a great job. President Trump and ICE are killing people.
Why? Who are they killing? Are they killing law-abiding citizens? Or are they killing people that are trying to injure them? There's a huge difference in there, and again, they try to flatten complex ideas into something very, very simple to say they're hunting you because, again, they want more martyrs. They want this little map to become bigger so they can say, hey, look at all these people they're going after. Did they need to lose their life? Absolutely not. If they didn't have the left-wing propaganda telling them to go out there and fight it, and they're out there hunting you because of the color of your skin, they'd be alive right now. And it's your life. You hit one of them, you're gone forever, but at least they got some pretty good talking points so they can, again, get reelected in office, fearmonger about Donald Trump and ICE agents, and then use fraud to line their own pockets. Very sad stuff.
They're scaring communities, wrecking our economies, and doing lasting damage to America. That should outrage every American.
Everything you said right there, I'm outraged about for different reasons, and it's more because of the formula. But by all means, ghoulish stuff.
Has to end. You know what's also outrageous? I've got 2 Republican opponents who support ICE.
Yes.
Who support ICE's tactics.
Because most American citizens support ICE. They support borders. A lot of brown, yellow, and black people support ICE, support borders. Just because we don't listen to your propaganda and how you flatten an issue of a guy ramming his vehicle in an ICE agent's vehicle and unfortunately being ended, just because we're not toddlers and we can't be emotionally manipulated and they're giving you more power, doesn't make them bad people. It just makes them smarter than the idiots you want them to be.
President Trump. And they're both proudly saying they're going to work with ICE if elected.
Yes.
Listen to that again. I heard what he said. You want to hear it? Jot that down.
Brown, yellow, and black people support ICE, support borders. Just because we don't listen to your propaganda and how you flatten an issue of a guy ramming his vehicle in an ICE agent's vehicle and unfortunately being ended, just because we're not toddlers and we can't be emotionally manipulated and they're giving you more power, doesn't make them bad people. It just makes them smarter than the idiots you want them to be.
President Trump. And they're proudly saying that they'll work with ICE if elected.
Yes.
There's no way you can support ICE and governor of Massachusetts. My job is to protect the people of Massachusetts and to keep them safe. And right now that means protecting them from ICE. 3 people are dead this week.
You want these people to be dead, and it's sad because you have no other talking points. Yeah, what is it? House Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries pledges that the Democrats are going to fund deportations of illegal aliens. Again, this is about political power, not keeping us safe.
Clear. Donald Trump's violent mass deportation machine doesn't get a dime from House Democrats.
And it's violent towards the people fighting federal agents and violent towards the people that are breaking our laws. Doesn't care about the violence taken out on American citizens.
We do, yes.
By illegals.
I know,
That
some
tells
people
you
get
everything.
confused
So
there.
what's the sign?
Sometimes the ones we like the most, we don't watch.
Republican America Last Agenda. 1.5 trillion for the war chest for Trump and Hegseth. I want that.
It depends.
Again, this is advertising for him. 1.5 trillion cut to healthcare and food assistance. I want this. Wait, the Trump Republican, not America Last Agenda.
But surfishing is a real thing.
For military.
It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
And also,
Adam, Tony, Santa Cruz County. Hate to burst your bubble, but surf fishing is a real thing. Surf perch, sand dabs, and occasional halibut. I know a person who unfortunately lost his life surf fishing. They wear waders, the real ones. So, get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, I tragically went to high school with a dude who lost his life surf fishing as well. Yeah, I mean, he was older, it was after high school, but it was, I think it was his 25th time of coming home with no fish. His wife beat the shit out of him and killed him.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
didn't technically lose it surf
That's the
fishing.
danger. That's the danger.
But she just went ahead and shot him after 25 years, 25 times out,
I love how
never
that's-
catching a fucking fish.
That's just an add-on. Oh, yeah, by the way, I know a guy who died surf fishing.
Well, he
I
died.
didn't even tell the story.
He died doing what he loved, which is being away from his wife.
Do all surf fishing people have huge mustaches?
You know what? I never get to that side of them. I only see the back part.
See, in the Bay Area, when I would have to...
It's a Mexican thing out here.
Yeah. In the Bay Area, there's a canal that runs kind of East Bay, and you'll get people canal fishing.
I will sign off on canal fishing, bridge fishing, and pier fishing. It's the surf fishing I've never seen anyone capture.
You're going to catch
a
seaweed.
fish.
I agree.
Everyone close your eyes and picture someone reeling in a fish who's standing in the surf, and it never happens. I've never seen it.
I have lived very close to several beaches in California. I have seen no less than 1,000 people surf fishing. I have never seen one catch anything.
No, it's theirs. It's golf for Mexicans. It's basically, I want to get away from my wife. I can't say I'm just getting away from my wife. I need an activity, but nothing will come of it. All right, what do you got?
Well, as we record this, a water main broke on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. Now, this area here is right between the Whiskey and what's it called?
Viper?
No, it's where Santa Monica and Barney's Beanery.
Barney's Beanery.
Right where Santa Monica and Hollywood and Sunset meet. So that area has been just a mess and flooded. It's unclear tonight whether the Whiskey will be operating. Of course, more of this will be out by the time you listen to this, but this is not a new problem with the failing Los Angeles infrastructure. This water main is 110 years old.
Wow.
They had to see it coming, especially since in Woodland Hills, Studio City, Porter Ranch, water mains have been breaking all over Los Angeles for the past 5-6 years.
Great sinkholes.
The city ain't doing shit about it.
Yeah, we're not so much with the infrastructure. We like ideas. We like to talk about stuff. That is going down La Cienega or something, probably, or whatever it is. Yeah, it's flooding inside of a restaurant. It looks like used to be sort of right around where Alan Hale's crab barrel was, or lobster barrel was one of the many restaurants that girls never went inside of. But I would be, I got to look at colorful signs, and I remember, it's weird, I never went to any restaurants or did anything, but I do remember the Super Bowl of motocross commercials and the funny car commercials and Alan Hale's sign, and I remember all the signs and the commercials, and I just never went anywhere or did anything. But, we are a city of ideas, but not really doers. You know what I mean? We don't do nuts and bolts.
In my first year with
I'll give you an example. We're going to have our runoff to figure out who's going to be the mayor, right?
Yeah.
All right.
The communist or the socialist?
Right. The two people, the two ladies who are going to be running for mayor. One of them will be mayor. Two of them.
No. Your rates.
One of them, Nithya Raman, her last piece of infrastructure work is to go down to Hyperion in Boys Town and take down a no U-turn sign because gay dudes were cruising in that neighborhood, and she went down there with a bunch of he-she trannies, and then they all celebrated her removing a sign saying no U-turns. Okay, that's her version of infrastructure. Her next version is tearing down the treehouse in front of the guy who wrote for The Simpsons, everyone in the neighborhood. So she tears down the treehouse. She takes down the no U-turn sign in Gayville, and her work is done. Clay pipes from 100 years ago, not so much. By the way, there are no trannies celebrating you when you replace pipes. No. You understand? No. You want to be celebrated by trannies. So she's removing the sign, being celebrated by the trans community, and or taking down a taxpayer's treehouse that the neighborhood kids have enjoyed for 40 years. So that's her infrastructure. The person she's running against, Mayor Bass, her idea of a good time in infrastructure is heading to Ghana and doing ceremonial dances while her city burns. So it's not exactly a nut and bolt crew we're dealing with. We're dealing with dumb chicks who want to fucking celebrate the trans community and the Ghana community, but not so much. You have to understand, they didn't get into this to replace pipes, Dawson. They want to be celebrated. They want to celebrate the trans community, and they want to be celebrated in Ghana. You understand? And the reality is, people think I'm being a dick, but I'm saying, like, I don't know that many women who really are into replacing pipes and things like that. That's why you need Rick Caruso. Rick Caruso's a dude who does that shit. That's what he does. But he doesn't. But the trans community may be disappointed in Rick Caruso, because if you said, "Could you come out to Gay Town at 2 o'clock on Tuesday? We're going to have a film crew out there and a bunch of he-she's, and we're going to remove a sign," he'd say, "I think that sounds like a waste of my time." And if you said you want to go to Ghana and you want to dance in ceremonial garb, he'd go, "I got bigger fish to fry here in LA." Maybe pipe replacement would be one of them.
Maybe they'll get an artist rendering of what the
what
street
it
will look like.
That's
Maybe
what we need. Call in the artist renderer.
Right. But I mean, what happens when the earthquake that we're gonna get?
Yeah.
What happens? We lose all our water. Every water main's gonna break.
Yes.
And we're constantly in a drought situation here.
I know.
And bye-bye water.
And we never think about capturing the water before it goes into the bay.
No,
either.
Of course not, because the delta smelted.
The delta smelted.
Right.
Dawson's eating.
That's
he
it.
didn't catch it on the surf, but he was eating a delta smelt, everybody. All right, what else you got?
All right, in an Arizona In-N-Out Burger, an unexpected fight club broke out. There was a physical altercation, with one man being knocked by the floor, knocked out with one punch at the end of this video. We'll watch the video and just...
But can I tell you this right now? I don't care what kind of Donnybrook bedlam is taking place around me. And these guys, I'm calling it a Donnybrook, but they're not exactly the guys historically. When the name Donnybrook was coined, you wouldn't picture this crowd in that. But there is no possible way that I'm at an In-N-Out Burger. They just showed the little white kid and his little white mom, like, get the hell out of there. They're fleeing. I ain't going nowhere without my burger.
Oh, no.
I will pick up. And by the way, if we were fleeing and I dropped a fry, I would stop and get that fry. That's how I would roll. But
I think I would probably eye the counter and see if there were any unpicked up orders.
Smart.
Maybe grab a bag and then be on my way.
Smart. So all the brothers are fighting in here. White people are fleeing. Yeah. Weird in that they're like simultaneously pussies and having more street fights than they did in the 50s when, the Sharks and the Jets were going at it.
And to watch them fight, they've They don't know how to fight.
No.
Arms flailing.
No, but I have come up with another invention.
What's that?
I'm gonna train my kids. Right now, I told everyone the way not to get fucked with, and someone could make this easy, is just a cauliflower ear snap-on. When you go to a bar, you just snap on your 2 cauliflower ears, and no one will fucking fuck with you because it looks like you've been UFC'd all fucking day long.
Right.
You wrestled in Iowa when you were in college. Like, put on that cauliflower ear. Just slap it on. Snap it right onto your ear. It'll work. That would work. Number 1. Here's what I would tell my son. I'd go, listen. You're gonna get your ass kicked. Now here's what we do. Pop on that cauliflower ear when you go into that bar. No one will fuck with you. If someone does fuck with you, you don't need to train. We don't need to hit the heavy bag. You don't need to go into camp or speed bag, double-ended bag, sparring rounds. Nothing. Here's what I do need you to do. I need basically just 6 months for 15 minutes a day of 1 kick. When you square off with a dude, you give the 1 back foot round kick to the front, that guy's front knee, and make a little ki noise.
Right.
Shoot one thing, and that guy's like, oh fuck, this guy's trained.
Back it off.
You don't have to do anything with your hands. You don't need choke holds. You don't need any wrestling. You don't need any jiu-jitsu. I'll teach you 1 kick. That kick will let your opponent know you train mixed martial arts, except for that's the only fucking thing you're gonna know.
That's like working on your glamour muscles.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's almost like just working on right side bicep.
Right.
Like you do that 1 kick. Every time I turn on YouTube and there's a street fight and I see the fight start with that 1 kick, it ends, man. That other dude beats his ass. That 1 kick will be universally recognized as, this guy's got training.
Right after that kick, you should have somebody playing the Japanese pan flute. Right after.
Right. That's an amp on the phone.
Just hit him with a ho.
Yeah, make a little ki, throw that round back kick. All you gotta do is hit him in the knee.
Yeah.
And that immediately sends the message the dude is trained. Now, if the dude in front of you is not bothered by that kick,
different channels and
that
stuff,
means
I wasn't
he's
even
trained.
listening.
And now you just fucking take those cauliflower ears and throw it at him and run. Just run. If you fucking whack that guy and that guy goes, he's still in his fucking stance, he wants to, he's trained. He's trained. So just throw that one kick out there. Okay, more advice, more good advice.
I like it.
All right, so fight continues. Who gets knocked out? I didn't see the guy.
I didn't see that either. It says here that in the video, a dude does get knocked out, but apparently the reason for this fight is they had a huge monsoon in the area, and when it rains in Arizona in the desert, it rains.
It just floods.
It's just, they called it a monsoon.
I remember the first time. Here's my 2. I know nothing about anything moments. I remember many years ago, like someone would go, we lived in Phoenix, and then during monsoon season, I started laughing. Because in my world, monsoon season meant you lived on an island, like palm trees and stuff. Like, I didn't know there was a desert.
You're in Vietnam.
I didn't know there's a desert monsoon season, but it's worse because there's nothing to absorb it.
Oh, it's really bad, especially for the homeless people who live in the storm drains.
Oh, that's right.
Those things fill up in a matter of seconds. And, while these people are fighting at In and Out, probably a couple hundred people lost their lives.
In the storm drain.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not fight in the In and Out.
No.
That's the one. That's a sanctuary.
It is a sanctuary. That's like church.
That's our sanctuary city.
Let's keep the animal style to the burgers, bro.
That's right. Yeah, good call. Put that up on the bathroom wall.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys want to, you want to throw down in a Waffle House. That's acceptable. This is In and Out. This is our sanctuary city.
I'd kind of like to see, there's always somebody filming it. And there just seems to be a respect for the independent press during all of these brawls. They allow the person person to continue to film it. I'd like to one time see a video of the person filming the fight, and then that person gets jumped, and the phone goes flying.
It happens. Antifa will do that to you.
Yeah.
But not these folks.
Yeah.
There's a
TikTok social media fame element to it that they want. So if there are cameras on them.
There's a Geneva Convention, Marcus of Queensberry kind of. These guys recognize the Hague.
Yeah,
they know how it works.
Right.
And it's sort of like on the battlefield. If you got a big cross on your helmet, they're not supposed to shoot at you. It happens, but you're a medic. That's how it works. All right, what else you got?
All right, well, this is real. A transgender American regrets fleeing to the Netherlands because all the Muslim migrants want to kill him. Let's check this interview out.
Here and there is a bunch of Algerians and Moroccans or whoever who think that queer people should be beaten. I think that this system where you have people just living out here that are unhappy is not good.
Yeah. And do you think it's safe here?
No, I don't think it's. Oh, it's scary. It's legitimately scary. I decided that my mental health is degrading so substantially being here that I just need to get out, and the situation that I have in the US as a trans person, not good, right? But here I will be hurt or killed.
Yeah, there you go. First of all, your mental health was suffering way before you moved to the Netherlands.
Yeah, first day you bought the stiletto heels.
Right.
That's when your mental health got the best of you.
Now, here's what happened over there. So there's a Dutch town that has only 10,000 residents.
Mm-hmm.
But they have imported over 2,000 refugees, almost a quarter of the town's population, and they put them all right in the center of town. The townspeople are deathly afraid. But so this transgender dude applied for asylum because he was afraid of Donald Trump's America.
Yeah.
And they sent him to this town, but guess where they sent him? To the place where the refugees are. You're looking for asylum. Go here with these other asylum seekers.
First off, is it curious to everyone that there's refugees? It's always a kind of a women and children first, and this is always a bunch of
military-age males.
Yeah,
who love jihad.
Does that strike anyone?
Barbecue pork.
Does that strike anyone as curious? Number one. I think we got to start judging cultures at some point. Otherwise, we're all going to kill ourselves. Suicidal empathy.
A little bit.
And also, I've been saying this for a million years. Put beavers on top of the Empire State Building and start looking for wood so they can build a dam. And then you go, who needs a dam? And why do the beavers need to build a dam on top of the Empire State Building? And I say, because that's what beavers do. And you go, but it doesn't make sense. I go, they're beavers. So these guys hate gays, and they hate the trans community, and they hate the West. They hate the West. And we bring them here, and they start looking for wood. I don't know why. Why would we expect a different outcome? That's my point. Is like, what did you think was going to happen?
Oh, it's a naivete. It's arrogance, certainly.
Right, and now you have England, and so now you have a 1-2 punch, and we have it here. So you have all these people, and they've been dumped off, and they're going to get into a business as usual situation. And the business as usual, culturally, is going to be, we eat falafel, we listen to the world's worst music, we have a call to prayer at 4 in the morning, and we beat up gay dudes. That's what they do. Okay, so then we take them all and we plop them down there. And then we get the roving rape gangs and everything else. Okay, now that's only part one. And we rip off the government with daycare and hospice care and whatever it is. Okay, that's part one. Part two is the folks that thought it was a good idea to move them here in the first place and who are trying to get their votes now cover up for that.
Yeah.
So now we have this crazy combination of them engaging in this behavior and the government running cover
The
for
government
them.
gaslighting everyone. This is not happening.
Right. This is not happening. Then somebody does get caught for rape or murder or whatever, and if you lock them up and throw away the key, then that's going to look really bad for the governor and the people that thought it'd be a good idea to import a bunch of fucking animals. So then the judge who's in on it will give 12 months probation to the rapists and put them back on the street because they don't want to pad the numbers. It's basically the opposite of what they did with January 6th. They took guys who were trespassing and put them in prison for 4 years to make it look bad, and then Joe Biden could brag about 2 million hours served time or whatever. He could brag about all those arrests. They have to do the opposite with these guys. And if it's arresting them for rape and or finding Somali fraud, they can't do that either. So now you have a total shit show because you have all these people that got imported from third world nations, and now they're running around with impunity because the government is now running cover for them and protecting them.
100%.
All right, so good job.
Good job.
And gay guy or trans guy, look, I hear this all the time. Like, you don't know. Sonny Austin 7 times a week goes, you know what it's like being a black woman in this society. Well, you're a multimillionaire, but tell me what it's like being trans. And who kills trans? By the way, black guys kill trans, which is funny. But there's no. I don't know. First off, here's how hospitable we are in terms of the community, the gay, the LGBT, whatever. We're so hospitable that every major city has cordoned off a large area and just called it Gay Town, basically. It's like, this is where the gay folk go. Now, you couldn't have that in some of these guys' former lands in the Middle East, but we have whole, essentially, safe zones for all the community to go to. We are so good with this that Nithya Raman can go down to Gay Town on Tuesday and take the sign down in front of a bunch of he-she trannies and is applauded, and there's no gunshots fired.
And the news is covering it.
And the news is covering it, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Where is that Nithya clip? Because it does, now that she's running for mayor, it is kind of funny. I love the guy's speeches, and I love the guy. I don't know why, but I do love the guy who's been trying to get the U-turn sign taken down. That is basically his life's work, has been trying to get a U-turn sign so gay dudes can constantly circle the block and blow guys in a shrub on people's front yards.
We should check in with that guy 5 years later and see if his life is any better.
And it's so funny, it's the only it's the only traffic related sign in Los Angeles that's ever come down.
Right.
All they do is put them up.
Right.
All right, sorry, what's your next story?
Well, this is interesting. Apparently there's a video that we're going to watch. Mom Donnie in New York had a housing event. And let's watch this.
Woman with a hat with buttons and
big button energy
wearing
on the hat.
She's wearing her mask.
And she's got a mask covering all of her face.
Yeah. All right.
Our city is turning the corner on tenant power. When we organize, we win results. The Mamdani administration is emboldening us so that we no longer tolerate the violence of evictions as a matter of business as usual.
All right. So silence is violence and evictions
My
are
landlord
violence?
owns dozens of buildings, but he is not a steward of the public trust. In fact, it is the opposite. Our city is turning the corner on...
Oh, God, the good vibes people are fucking taking over.
Eviction is violence.
Yeah. Well, look, it's a weird thing. I was poor for a long time. Always paid my rent. Always. It was just, you had to pay your rent.
That's it. That comes off the top.
I came right off the top. I remember trying to get an apartment building once, and the guy ran a credit check on me, and he was like, "Oh shit, man, this is a shit show. It's a disaster." By the way, it cost me $20 for him to run the credit.
Oh, sure.
Check that basically didn't work out on my behalf. And I remember just like sitting with the dude going, "Listen, I know that piece of paper in your hand is a shit show. I pay my rent, and I've never not paid my rent. Now, I don't have truck insurance, and I'm eating top ramen.
Right.
But I've always fucking paid my rent. And the reason I've always paid my rent is because I never knew there was a choice.
There wasn't a choice.
There wasn't
a choice. Now, apparently, it's a choice.
And they can't get you out of there. Here's Nithya posing with the he-she's for taking down a U-turn sign that was only put up because gay dudes would cruise.
I wonder if one of them took that sign that's hanging in their house right now.
Probably is. I'm sorry, do we have a clip? Or is it just a picture?
Should be the clip.
Yay! U-turn. 7-foot blonde dude.
Right on the side of District 13.
Hugo Soto Martinez gonna fix everything.
Crook.
Connected to the no cruising sign.
They're all crooks.
So we removed the last remnant.
They don't know how carriage bolts work, brother.
What is this dude all about?
They were
This is my favorite guy.
90s anti-gay policies in Los Angeles. There were signs that explicitly said no cruising, which had been removed years ago.
Okay.
During the 1990s.
That wasn't enough.
They're not anti-gay laws. They're pro-community people living in houses and not wanting to find spent condoms on their driveway.
And maybe I'd like to get home without having to go through this parade of people who are clogging up this street.
Yeah, look, if somebody said, hey, Adam, look, let's just say it was heterosexual cruising. Like, it's not anti-gay. It's like there's a bunch of dudes, and they're cruising up and down trying to meet ladies. I, as a neighbor in the neighborhood, would go like, I don't want people cruising my street all night. Right. And by the way, getting out and fucking in the bushes.
It's easy, though, when you call something racist or homophobic.
Anti-gay laws.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Yeah, I told you. I told you it looks resolved. It's anytime you see them laxed, that's what it is, you know?
After talking with the driver, Trooper Banks returned to his cruiser to run the man's information at the expired tag. Lo and behold, the driver had felony warrants for resisting, fleeing, and murder. That's why the officer wasn't surprised.
7334?
Can I get a number for the Brown Lane and Southport?
7003. That's 003.
Charlie.
2562 Charlie.
One call. If you got anything else, just throw it in a box. We'll take care of it.
Super, thank you. 1624. One 624.
24.
I'll get you a backup. Check the well-being at 4028 North Mead. 4028 Mead, Maggie states she is visiting her grandfather. Unknown woman is not allowing her to see him, and she's suspect the woman is taking his money.
2-2 will call.
2-2. Right.
Sorry about that, I was muted. I'm muted, sorry about that. So it said that the article by Club Chicago was saying that the woman was shot in the face. Also, that SWAT officer, they said that was shot in the stomach. So I'm hoping that none is critical and that they both are okay. It's a fucked up situation, bro. Fucked. If true, again, it's preliminary. Anything could change. It can change very, very quickly. The latest article by CBS.
Is a live look from our chopper high above the 4600 block of North Springfield. What began as a report of a hostage barricade just before 11:30 has turned into a very tense situation here on the northwest side. East of Pulaski, south of Lawrence, that's where this is unfolding. We've confirmed a SWAT officer was shot twice in the stomach. Sources tell us he's a 45-year-old officer with 20 years on the force. We are keeping our chopper angle very wide because when you do zoom in, and we are not broadcasting those images, it might reveal some things that authorities don't want the suspect to know. So we're keeping it a very wide shot. There's a yellow home sort of dead center of that shot. Just to the left of that home is where this is all unfolding. I want to roll for you some video that came into our newsroom about 10 minutes ago. This appears to be that officer, that SWAT officer. We can't confirm it, but it appears to be him walking with assistance away from the scene. Now, what's going on inside that multi-floor structure that this is all surrounding remains unclear. What we do know, there were several people in the unit where a domestic violence incident occurred. The suspect apparently was asked to turn off the gas and put down his weapon. We're hearing he turned off the gas but retained the weapon and let one person go. Remaining in the unit at last check is the gunman, one adult and one child. We have spoken with neighbors who say they heard gunfire, then a quick reaction by authorities. Neighbors also say this isn't the first time domestic incidents have occurred at this address. Again, we're also hearing that there may be some sort of communication between authorities outside and the suspect inside leading up to all of this. But again, we're hearing that one officer at least was shot. He was taken to Illinois Masonic Hospital about 6 miles away. We do not know how many other people may have been injured in all of this. We are working to learn more as soon as we get it. We have multiple crews working this developing story this midday as things remain unsettled there at Albany Park again.
4606.
I show us covering citywide store, and then can you let me know where staging is for officers at Masonic?
Your home isn't just a house. It's where you build a history and a future. At Matthews Brothers, we understand that better than anyone. For over 170 years, America has been our home as the oldest window manufacturer in the country. Our Sanford Hills windows bring together historic beauty and industry-leading performance of the future. Because we're not just the ones who have been doing this the longest. We're the ones who do it the best. Sanford Hills by Matthews Brothers. Find a dealer near you at MatthewsBrothers.com.
To Illinois Masonic Hospital, we saw that there were heavy police presence flying past us. Multiple officers flew past us on their way to Illinois Masonic. And
Car 7, information, Car 7 is on the air.
Of officers outside of Illinois Masonic Hospital. We are expecting to learn more information, and hopefully we will learn more details of exactly what led up to the shooting where that officer was injured, including that woman as well. Once we know more details, we'll keep you informed. Back to you.
Sade Great Forest live outside Illinois Masonic. Sade, thank you. We will bring you the latest in the situation as we learn it, both here on air and on our stream at CBS News Chicago. Expect full reports coming up today in our news at 4. For now, we will send you.
Okay, so allegedly, this is what happened. So this is allegedly. So a woman was cheating allegedly on a man. Man had a weapon and pew-pewed, basically allegedly cheating on him, and that's what led to this type of altercation. It's a domestic dispute. That's really it. The officer again is in surgery. I don't know the condition of the woman.
On the rise, we'll tell you how much.
I do not. I do not.
We begin with our weather at 11 as we're tracking.
I do not know the condition of the woman. But the officer again, emergency surgery, shot in the stomach twice. I guess that that information that we got really early was actually true. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't, please hit the like button. I would appreciate that. If you hit the like button, YouTube would mention this to you. It'll let you know when I'm going live, get you this type of content. It changes your For You, what's delivered to you. That's why I always tell people, hit the like button, hype up this video at the end, share, share, share. The more you interact, your engagement, you receive more stuff like this on your For You, any updates, statuses. It's just really good for the algorithm, for me, and for you as well. Subscribe if you are new. We cover true crime, trending topics, and live coverage. We focus primarily on accurate information as best as I can. I'm really careful with my vocabulary to let you know what's fact, what's not. If it's too early, preliminary information, that stuff always changes. It's very fluid. Yes, the suspect is in custody, correct.
The chase returned to the highway, where the suspects continued driving like madmen. They weaved between cars at blistering speeds without a care in the world for who they might hit. The cops have to stop them quickly, or someone gets seriously hurt.
Couldn't copy. 5-4 hold. Are you gonna try to come in on someone?
Disregard, disregard.
10-4. Hey, 3562 Charlie and David, I'm gonna put a step to progress on the box at Walgreens, 3222 North Milwaukee. 3 female blacks stealing from the location.
2560 David, front of the box.
The suspects, later identified as Paul Thomas and Devontae Brown, were arrested and placed in the back of the squad car. A search of the red garage door uncovered $9,000 in cash, 49 grams of marijuana.
Credit for the side video you see goes to Chicago 911 calls over
That's
at
why
TikTok.
we created Blue Chew Gold,
Phenomenal,
the ultimate
ground
4-in-1
reporting.
formula.
Phenomenal
With
ground reporting.
sildenafil for strength, tadalafil for power, plus apomorphine to spark desire, and oxytocin to deepen connection. Because the difference between almost and unforgettable is everything. Blue Chew Gold, never almost.
How you doing? Thank you for your service.
Paper notices get missed, and emails go unread. But LED displays, they're impossible to ignore. Indoor LED signs increase visibility for driving engagement and keep your team connected in real time. From schedule changes to celebrating wins, LED
And nobody
displays
walking
deliver
in that
clear,
house. They're walking
timely
all in that house
communication
right there.
that builds a stronger culture. Next LED signs help
They're all going
workplaces
inside that house.
communicate visually, instantly, and sustainably. Upgrade your workspace.
Again, guys, I don't know if that's the
Visit
story. I'm saying allegedly. I want to be. I know it was a domestic dispute. That's a fact. That's all I know.
2560, show me a 3222 Milwaukee.
The gentleman here on the live said shot the mother-in-law.
Suspect is in custody. We seen him. We seen
Please hit the like button and subscribe to the best city. Oh, Julie, why are you so good?
See, the nurse is in that house too.
I appreciate you, Julie. I really do. Oh my gosh. Julie's popping off, guys. Give me to a hashtag Julie in the comments.
Guys, we drove all the way from. It took us an hour to get here, and we caught a blessing. Them walking the suspect right in front of our face. Sometimes, you know, you gotta cut through some houses, say hi to the neighbors, keep on walking.
No, you better eat. Julie, I did not eat today. How did you know? I didn't eat yet. Honestly, just too busy right now. Too many things are happening, guys. We got New York City with the fucking
more officers
incendiary device
trying to ask questions, possibly video footages and stuff like that.
It's just a lot, guys. I don't have time to eat.
Slow it down. Looks like they're ready to go.
Bring it responding over to the death in progress, 3222 Milwaukee.
So
2560 is unsafe. Slowing it down. Excuse me, slowing it down.
He's right there. How you doing? Thank you for your service, sir.
I like this TikToker, bro. He's very respectful. I like him. I like him a lot.
Given a slowdown for that theft in progress, 3222 North Milwaukee at the Walgreens. The offenders.
No, I wasn't. I was actually at work. Maybe like when they were walking the suspect this way. Huh? My buddy. Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh my god! Yo, Dez with the honey bun? Wait, what the fuck?
No, the officer was asking me how I got in and all that stuff.
Time out! Yo, Dez said a honey bun! She said for being the best channel ever, says Dez? With the...
There's no civilians over here, guys.
Yo, guys, can we do a hashtag DES Dez in the comments? She's pinned. What the heck? Dez with the honey bun!
They asked me to leave. Got the most important clip anyway, so it really don't matter.
Oh my honey buns!
Guys, should we go over there by the SWAT trucks and stuff where everybody's at, over there by the park?
No, they got him. They got him. He's in custody.
See what's up?
No, he's not. Yo, hashtag Dez, DES, Dez in the comments.
Everybody is in that house right
I
there.
really appreciate that.
And everybody else went inside that house. Can I get a transport car ready to go? The real 4640 North Springfield.
That's popping off like this? What the heck? Can we do a hashtag Dez? Look what she said in the comments,
Car 4640 North Springfield in the rear. I need you on standby for car 45, please.
So if you have any outside units, I'll be back, bro. It's my buddy's house.
What's a honey bun? Guys, I just have my own lingo, bro. I just be saying some stuff. A honey bun. Fuck is a honey bun? Yo, the chat is funny, bro. It's not a TikTok thing. No, it's not. It's more kind of like a hood term, but it's not really common. No one really says it.
I got boogies coming out of my nose and shit.
Yo, shout out to this TikToker.
2562, I have a cage as well. Show me in route. Hold on, y'all.
2562.
We're gonna go get some truck.
Shout out to Ron and shout out to Julie. Shout out to Dez, man. This is insane. You guys are very supportive and from the bottom of my heart. I'm not worthy of it at all. I'm not worthy.
Right now, the subject is in custody at this time, and the last female has been released. So we are clearing the structure right now. We do not want anybody to approach until we say it's cleared.
Sorry for the units over there, 4640 North Spring.
Hey, the area is not clear. No, it's not. No, it's not. That shit is all taped off.
Was released. No one approach until SWAT gives the clear.
Yeah, see that? Told you that. SWAT has not now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
The chase continued onto the 123. Police regrouped and attempted another rolling roadblock.
Damn, look at all that. Damn. Yeah. No, that was Des in the comments. She's in the comments.
Thank you for your service, guys.
Damn, they roll in deep. They don't play. Chicago police ain't playing. No, it's Chicago. No. No's lingo makes me sound cool at work. Yo, my lingo is kind of crazy, bro.
Thank you for your service, bro.
On the surface, their CO said,
Not because of Des, we have a no cross stream.
added the subtext,
Just because of Des, we have a no cross stream. So,
a pit certified officer.
Guys, it was a barricade situation.
He was allowed to move up.
The suspect was angry that his girlfriend was cheating on him. He ended up pew-pewing the mother-in-law.
Car 45.
And one of the SWAT members.
And make sure that car's in place for transport.
I'm trying to have my phone on the SWAT. My eye on the SWAT.
2562 or 4562
And
Charlie,
we
are you
also
guys in place?
were the first ones
4562 Charlie, we'll not hear
on
again.
boots, on the ground.
Copy that.
The suspect
One
walked.
for your resource.
Yes, I'm gonna keep saying it because I'm proud of myself.
gotta run, bruv. Happy to see you healthy. Yes, Rana, it's good to be back, man. It's so good to be back. I genuinely missed you guys. For real. Shout out to all the members in the chat, man, wearing that beautiful badge. If you got that queen or
Suspect is in
king
custody.
badge, thank you so
Guys,
much.
can somebody keep explaining it to the people and pin it?
Shout out to Rhonda, man. I appreciate you. Again, Dez and I don't know. They're just insane, bro. They're just insane. Julie and all of us insane. By the way, guys, if you are brand new to this podcast, hit the subscribe button. We cover true crime, trending topics, and breaking live coverage. Trust me, we might have a car chase today, tonight, so you better be prepared.
Hold on, let me zoom in.
You're gonna miss out if you don't hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much, Rhonda. Appreciate that very much. Nah, Dez, I love you, Mama. I appreciate you a lot, for real.
As it turns out,
oh, Tama, you're not going to be coming at my stream disrespecting my members. Hold on real quick. Nah, it's not happening.
during the chase, officers identified just their
You out of here.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
They later learned that she was wanted out of Maryland.
How you doing, sir? Thank you for your service, brother. Are they gonna do the press over here? Oh, hospital? Okay, thank you. Guys, the press is gonna be at the hospital, y'all. The press is gonna be at the hospital.
inspecting the totaled car, police found that the housing beneath the steering wheel had been ripped out and that a U.S.
Thank you, Peace of Jesus. I appreciate you so much.
Yes, I will post it on TikTok.
1622.
2-2.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to Weston Coffee right across from the blue line there for a quick follow-up. Shouldn't take too long.
Guys, get somebody in this place
earlier, but
go ahead
405 Northwest Highway.
I got you guys in
there.
there. I can't see nothing.
The trooper already had permission to pick the vehicle. He just had to be careful not to wreck his crew in the process.
Yeah, I heard about the Tates are in jail. To be honest with you, I have no care in the world for the Tate brothers, like in any sense. I do not care for them in any way. And I just don't. They're not even worth a podcast for me, to be honest with you.
Hold on, guys. I want to go get one more clip. I gotta go through a yard though. I need to get one more clip. Hold on, y'all.
1434.
Guys, we're about to switch to the presser. Lock in. We're about to switch to the presser. Lock
When
in.
we think of global pop sensation, Zara Larson doesn't have to think about money.
No. But we having a panic attack while her dog is dying. She would like someone to check on her.
What's up, everybody? Guys,
By the way, guys, I am going downtown. I mean, I live in New York City, so I am downtown, but I'm just going more further down. I am having a different stream. Don't worry about that one. But I may go visit what happened to the at the Federal Building, the 26 Federal Plaza, where the things could boom. So I'm just gonna say explosion, but you know, when the building in front was caught on fire on the sidewalk. So let me know if you want me to do a podcast on that. I just live literally 20 minutes away. It's nothing.
I'm trying to tell the lady. She's watching me through the window. She's watching me through the window. I was trying to tell her that I'm gonna cross through her.
Yes,
building.
by the way, guys, I did show the image of the person that was escorted on that gurney. I think that was the woman that got pew-pewed in the face. I think so. Where the whole thing was like, you know, covered up on her. I think so. I think that could have been the stepmoms. I'm not sure, but I think so.
Somebody help me, man. You live on one of these houses? Yeah.
Yo, white boy, I'm dead.
Maybe right here. Let me see. Perfect.
I play Marvel Rivals. Well, sometimes
friendly.
Thank you so much, Monkey Fitness, for following and subscribing. I appreciate you so much. Welcome, Texas Gidget.
How you doing, sir? Thank you for your service, man. You guys do an amazing job.
I like that he thanks them. That's awesome. Cole, thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted a little shot. That's it.
Technically, their CEO didn't say anything about wrecking the secondary unit's car. It's safe to assume that whoever owns the ASP body shop is probably the richest person in Arkansas. Unfortunately, we never learned the suspects' names or why they were running in the first place.
Subjective. That's intent. Compared to the rest of America, you are rich. Very rich.
I did steal from Whole Foods on several occasions.
She's not just stealing from a corporation. She's stealing from you. She's stealing from me.
The lemons that you stole are factored into the bottom line.
Everyone try it, see what happens.
What? Welcome back to The Real Story. If you're new to this particular platform, It's where I talk about things the legacy media doesn't want to tell you. Or they give you a version that's just made up, subjective, that's intended to program you. Instead, I tell you the real story based on facts and invite you to fact check anything and everything that I say. So what am I talking about today? I'm talking about modern day Robin Hoods, and you probably can guess my attitude about modern day Robin Hood. Some are individuals, they just go out there and decide they're just going to take from one and give to another. They're just individuals that are out there being self-righteous and sanctimonious. But then you have some that actually do this through policy. They do it through power, like Zoran Mondani.
When I ran for mayor, I said I was going to tax the rich. Well, today, we're taxing them.
Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, bleeding his city to death by depleting its tax base. Now, as much as I despise Mondani's politics, there's something I despise even more, and that's when the wealthy give themselves permission to cheat because of their warped sense of entitlement. Now, you may think, oh, now wait a minute, they do that all the time by not paying taxes. Maybe there are some that have long-held wealth that don't pay any taxes, but most of those who earn lots of money pay taxes on ordinary income just like everybody else does. But let's look at some headlines. Condé Nast writer who owns a $2.2 million Brooklyn brownstone proudly admits to shoplifting from Whole Foods Market and justifies it with a very woke excuse. Hassan Piker and Gia Tolentino, the leftists who think stealing is great. Anti-capitalist New Yorker writer brags she stole from Whole Foods on several occasions. All of these headlines stem from a New York Times podcast called The Opinions. It's hosted by Nadja Spiegelman, and the topic of this episode is what Spiegelman dubbed micro-looting. Don't you love it when they just make up a term that sounds kind of benign? Micro-looting. You see it in psychology a lot, like bulimia. Bulimia sounds almost like blossom, right? Doesn't sound too bad, but when you look at what's behind it, it's a life-threatening disease. Micro-looting, wow. Which in her words means people are taking small things from big corporations, and they're feeling justified. Her guest, Hassan Piker, a far-left and very controversial political commentator, and Gia Tolentino, a writer for The New Yorker. Gia Tolentino, according to reports, lives in a $2.5 million Brooklyn brownstone. That's relevant because if you can afford a $2.5 million home, you can afford some common sense, which, in my opinion, she clearly lacks, but I'll let you make up your own mind about that. When asked if she would steal from Whole Foods, Gia said, yes. And I have under very specific circumstances.
I think that stealing from a big box store, I'll just state my platform, it's neither very significant as a moral wrong, nor is it significant in any way as protest or direct action. But I did steal from Whole Foods on several occasions.
I just got to throw the brakes on you. Not a moral wrong? Several occasions? And here's the most disturbing part. She said, quote,
I didn't feel bad about it at all.
and then she justifies it even further.
And was part of it because of how you feel about Whole Foods as a corporation?
Yeah, it already felt like a bit of a compromise. Like at the time, I was like, I had not been to Whole Foods. I had a bit more sort of consumer discipline about where I was spending my money then, and I already felt like I was in the hole even by shopping there, and it certainly felt in a utilitarian sense. I was like, this is not a big deal.
And to add insult to injury, she added,
everyone try it, see what happens.
Seriously? Everyone try it and see what happens? Piker also chimes in, saying those stores already factor in theft.
So it's actually factored in. The lemons that you stole are factored into the bottom line of these mega corporations regardless. and they still end up having increased profit margins because they no longer have to pay the cashiers that they used to hire, as opposed to this automated system, knowing full well that people are still going to be able to still steal a lot more efficiently, as a matter of fact, through the automated process.
I'm like, what? Really, I'm kind of speechless here. Who are these people reasoning with? I mean, are they seriously in such a bubble that they sit there and blow smoke at each other and act like all this makes sense? I guess they could talk long enough until the world looked flat. It's okay to steal because it's figured into the price already. People do it. They got rid of cashiers and made it automated, and they expect you to steal. So now he's blaming stores for using self-checkout and justifying stealing? Well, here's a spoiler alert. We'll be right back. Let me tell you something. When it comes to Medicare, most